everybody? My name is Esther, exclusive. What's up, everybody? My name is Esther, exclusive 𝚈𝙾𝚄𝚁, period. And I'm back with another banger. And if you're new here, subscribe. Trust me, you're gonna love it here. And if you're not new here, welcome back, my exclusive babes. Period. Per. I'm super duper excited about today. This is day 3 of Talks with Essie. Let's get into healing. You know, I'm really trying to find, it right now. So, really just trying to find y'all see this time? But I'm really just trying to find the name for my series. Like, I'm really trying to find it and just roll with it. Cause I don't really like cutting off the imperfections in my videos. I like putting the imperfections in my videos so y'all can tell, like, this YouTube shit is not, this YouTube-ish is really not that easy. Like, you stumble across, like, some mistakes, and that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. So yeah, I'm excited because we're gonna get deeper. And yeah, yes, I have this because y'all know I be hot. I be either hot or cold. And I sweat. I do. I mostly sweat under my armpits. I don't know why. That's just, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and ask, why do I like to always sweat under my arms? Because I hate that. I hate it bad. Yeah, I'm very hot because this freaking lighting is like super hot, of course, and I don't got time for that. So, and my hair is natural, friend. Shrinkage is real. I ain't got time for that. I don't. Oh Lord, where my bobby pin? All right, let's get into it. For today's video, we're gonna be talking about journaling. All right, I'm excited because this is something I do. I'm a pro at this. I am, so I can talk freely. I still have my book. It's right next to me. I'm just trying my hardest not to always read off because I feel like it kind of disconnect me from you guys, and I want y'all to engage and really stay focused onto this. So yes, for my visual learners, because I know I'm a visual learner, I will be taking a picture of my journal so y'all can see. I have done some research, so none of these things are my words. I'm gonna be honest, none of them. Maybe a few, but none of them are my words. Like, once I put that book down and I start rambling, that's my word. But based off this book, it's not my word, it's my research, because I feel like I can't really come up with a lot of stuff on top of my head because I like to ramble. That's my problem. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about journaling. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Are you excited? Okay. All right, I am gonna actually read off this, so don't mind me because I'm trying my best to memorize these things as I go. But all right, so I'm gonna put it right here, so when I'm reading it, pretend like I'm reading it off of this like it's a presentation. Cool? All right, cool. Journaling is the act of keeping a record of your personal thoughts, feelings, insights, and etc. All right. I feel like a teacher, and it's fun. I like it. I would never be a teacher. No, I don't have that patience. Like, I have patience, but I don't have that much patience. That's what it is. So we're gonna talk about some ways to journal. So there are different ways for you to journal. I wrote 3. So we're gonna talk about the old school way. So the old school way, which I do, is getting a book. It could be a composition book, it could be a notebook, whatever. Just get a book, get your trusty dusty pen. I would say use a pencil just in case you do mess up with spelling, because I am human, and there's times where I may spell a word right and I'm like, is it really right? Because it looked wrong, and then I start to erase it or like scramble it, and I'm just like, I did it wrong, and then I have to use my phone and I'm like, hey Siri, what is this? How you spell this word? And I'm like, oh, I hit it right the whole time. So if you're a perfectionist and you don't feel like using a pen, because people do make mistakes, then yeah, use a pencil. I personally don't like using a pencil because sometimes when you kind of like flip the page over and you start writing again, it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like leaves a mark and it looks weird. I use a pen. You're gonna get your little book, you're gonna get a pen, and you just start writing. Handwrite. That's it. You see how simple that is? Nothing too hard, nothing too crazy. Just get a book and a pen and you just start writing. Just like second way you can do if you don't feel like writing because your hands be hurting, you're tired, you're like, I ain't got time for this, and you don't want to deal with having to figure out how to spell this on top of your brain. Get your phone or go on your computer, start typing. You just start typing everything, whether it's on a Word document, notes, whatever it is. And you could print the paper out and, you know, use it as a book, staple it, look back on it and stuff like that. Or you could just save it to a file, private file, where you don't want other people looking at your stuff. And yeah, you can look back on that as well. So when, you know, you've passed through all that stuff that you've written about, you can look back when you're ready. I personally do not really like looking back on my stuff when I write, because I feel like it's so corny to me when I'm just expressing myself. I could talk to people, I really can, but personally when it comes down to expressing myself verbally, that's something where I'm very disconnected at, and I'm better at writing, and I don't like reading it back because it feels like I'm not me who's reading it. It feels like another person is reading my stuff, and I'm like, please don't. So, you know, if you're that kind of person like me who don't really like to look back right away, look back when you're ready. And if you're the type of person be like, let me read back on what I said, then, you know, yeah, just go back, read it, see how much you've improved, see how much you're like, oh man, I'm still stuck on this part, I still need work, still need progress, all of that. And yeah, good. See, I got that off my head, even though I still looked, but I got it off my head. I'm doing good. Okay, the third one is, if you don't really like writing and you like to talk, you can record yourself, whether it's voice memos. I sometimes do that. I've listened back to my voice memos and I'm like, you're corny. It's like, it's so cringy to me to like listen back to myself just cry and talk about my feelings. I'm just like, ew. But you're human. It matters. It's okay. But if you don't really like writing stuff down, or you don't know, like it don't flow quick enough when you write down, but it flows quick enough when you do speak verbally, I would suggest you go on your Apple, Android device, start recording yourself, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on your laptop, iPad, tablet, whatever, you know, save that. And then, you know, when you've progressed or whatever, you can look back and be like, oh, I've overcame some stuff, or oh man, I'm still stuck, I need to work on it. Yeah. Now let's get into shadow work. That's a part of healing. That's a part of journaling. I love shadow work. When I started, I hated shadow work. Now I love shadow work. What is shadow work? I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna push myself to the side real quick. Put the little thing right here so y'all can see. All right. Shadow work is to work with your unconscious mind to uncover the parts of yourself that you repress and hide from yourself. Shadow work, to me, I feel like shadow work is super important when it comes down to journaling and healing. Shadow work is super important because you gotta dive deep. Like, you just jump straight in. It's not like you just tippy your toes in. Like, no, friend, you jump. You diving in. You getting dirty. It's like, no, you better do this. It's not gonna be like, oh, what's wrong? Are you okay? No, it's, what did your mom and your daddy do when you was 5? Like, it's just straight into it. Like, it goes in. So the reason why I'm talking about shadow work is because, of course, journal entries, which I am going to put down in the description box below. If you want to start now on your journaling, go down there, look through. But yes, shadow work is super important about journaling because you got to do journal entries. Like I said, there are numerous of ways to journal, which I kind of skipped. I'm so sorry. I'm going to tell you right now. So journaling, you could do journal entries, which I'm going to explain. You could do journal diary, which is basically, which I do sometimes, most times. Journal diaries for me, I personally like a diary. You just write today's day. You're like, okay, so today had this, that, and the third just happened to me. I just met across this person. I think I like this person. I think me and this person can hit it off. This is personal. But, or whatever the case may be, it's like a diary. You just write it all down. And sometimes when you look back and you read it, you're like, oh my God, like there's some stuff right here that I noticed. Like, I kind of missed when I was in the moment. But now since I've written all of this down of what happened today and I look back at it, I'm like, oh snap, I ain't noticed that right away in the moment. So it's cool. I love that. There's another way where you can express yourself or journal, which is poetry. I love poetry. I'm obsessed with poetry. I love it. I love it bad. Writing poems. Oh my gosh. I never thought that I could write such a great poem. And you know what? I impress myself every single day. Every day. If not poems, then writing a song. expressing yourself through a song and all of that stuff. Because y'all know y'all like to listen to Rod Wave and what's that boy name? Giveon? That's his name? I don't know. Y'all like to listen to that stuff. No shade. I like to listen to them. No, I don't. But you know, y'all like to listen to those music and whatever, and you could like kind of take some melodies, go on YouTube, search for some melodies, go with the flow and start writing. I used to try it. I used to try and rap. I'm not a rapper. I like poetry. I like to write poems. And lastly, if you don't like to write, you're not in the mood to write, but you're just in the mood to find a different way to express yourself, painting, drawing. Boom. Boom. Painting, drawing. You just draw it out. You paint it out. Boom. Artistic vibes, you know? Yeah. I'm so corny. But yes, okay. Back onto this. So I have a quote to say about shadow work. Unless we do conscious work on it, the shadow is almost always projected. That is, it is neatly laid on someone or something else, so we do not have to take responsibility for it. Ain't you fulfilled then? Yeah, like it definitely does. And without shadow work, you're gonna remain exactly where you are right now. You're gonna remain there. You just gonna stay there. You're gonna be stuck. Like no matter what age you're still in that same specific age where everything went wrong. It's called inner child. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having so much fun, but yeah. But it is true. If you don't work on yourself, your shadow, you're gonna start projecting. We're gonna talk about that in day 4. But you're gonna start projecting, you're gonna start doing all these things, very ugly and nasty, malicious, intense stuff to people that don't even deserve it for real. And I hate that because, you know, it's like, I don't know, like it's really sucky to like hurt someone, especially people that you actually care about. You just like start hurting them. And sometimes that's not even your intentions for real, but because you're hurting so much and you haven't dealt with your demons and what you're dealing with inside, you start hurting everybody around you, including yourself. So yeah, it got too loud. We're gonna talk about inner child. Inner child. Whenever we face a traumatic event as a child, we're usually ill-equipped to deal with the resulting difficult emotions. We develop valid and necessary coping mechanisms as a consequence of this emotional distress, and these stay with us in our unconscious mind and are detrimental to us in our adult life. Inner child is super important. I mean, everything I'm saying is super important. Let me just say that. Your inner child is who you were. It's your little baby. You know what I mean? Like your little baby. Which I'm gonna get deeper in, but it's you. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old you, 9, 10-year-old you. You know what I mean? It's your baby. Because you know, now that you're grown, you're like, you think about it, you're just like, oh my gosh, you know, like that's my baby. I gotta protect it. You know what I mean? And sometimes the way you protect it towards other people don't be right. It don't. And I'm gonna get into it. Suppressed inner child, or as they call it, outer child. Instead of being logical and rational, our learned reactions to stress, anxiety, fear, and sadness are distorted, which may lead to self-sabotaging behavior by the suppressed inner child. That self-sabotage got me, because I was gonna go deep. Exactly what it says right up there. Your suppressed inner child. We're gonna get deeper into it because I wrote it down. But your suppressed inner child, like, it's hitting home for me because I'm kind of upset again. Just like by thinking about it. Y'all ever heard of self-sabotage? I should have wrote it down, but I feel like I wanted to dive deeper into it for day 4 when I talk about projection and self-sabotage and, you know, the traits of an outer suppressed inner child. I want to talk about it now. I can't do it. It has to be day 4. But you ever heard of self-sabotage? Like, no, seriously, like, have y'all? Because all right, I'm gonna talk about the traits of an inner child, an outer child, and an adult life. The traits of an inner child is innocent, emotional, sensitive, craving love, safety, connection, recognition, and validation. Traits of an outer child: you're impulsive, you're impatient, overprotects the inner child, self-centered, selfish, and demonstrating emotional baggage. Now, traits of an adult self: setting healthy boundaries, healthy self-esteem, able to communicate in a calm and rational manner, and lastly, prioritize self-care. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Just playing. Well, it's close to, but yeah, those are just the traits that I've just said for now. It's just hitting home for me. Knowing those things right now, I'm gonna put it on. Knowing those things right now, I want you to kind of sit there and think like, like what are the traits that I've been really showing in my life? Sit there and think about it. Start writing that down. Like right now, if you decided to start your journaling sessions or journey right now as you're watching this video, trying to connect with me. I'm proud of you. You got this. Right now, while you're doing it, I really suggest you to just write those traits and it kind of like reflecting, talking to yourself or thinking to yourself right now and just say, you know, friend, I think I'm a little self-absorbed. Friend, I know I used to be self-absorbed. I love myself, but the way I used to love myself, when I really didn't love myself, I was very egotistical. You don't want to be that. There's a difference. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be egotistical and self-centered and think that you're better than everyone and everybody's below you. Humility is a thing. Please use that. You know, just like really look at it and be like, friend, I think I have some of these traits, you know, the suppressed outer child. Don't worry, I'm gonna get deeper into it for day 4. Don't worry, I promise I'm definitely gonna post it on Wednesday. You guys do not have to worry about me being delayed. No time soon, and if it does happen, trust and believe, I am working quick on my ass, okay, to post this, because I'm so serious about it. I want y'all to be serious about it. We got to take this seriously. We are the new generation of adults. Soon enough, and some of y'all already started. No shade. Some of y'all already started. Y'all already creating families, you know what I mean? Or want to have a family and, you know, want to become a parent, whatever. You gotta, you know, set an example for your kids. So start now. Like, don't just sit on your ass and just be like, I'm sad and I'm wallowing and da-da-da. We're gonna talk about that. That victim mentality, bro, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Don't sit on your ass and just be like, I'm so hardworking and... Pick those tissues up, wipe your face, pull your pants up, and let's start working. Let's get dirty. Deep down dirty. Let's start working. I'm gonna give you some examples of a journal entry of what it looks like, what it feels like, what is it about, yada, 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 yada. So I'm gonna give you some examples, and I'm also, yes, I am, because like I said, ain't no shame in what I've done. Well, there's shame in what I've done, but ain't no shame of telling people, because I've obviously overcame it. That's not who I am anymore. That shit don't define me. I define it, period. Take that in. Oh, write it down. That's a quote. Quote from me. That problem do not define me. I define it. Who I used to be don't define me now. It don't. That's who I used to be. It's me now. I don't even do all that. All right, just gonna give you an example of a journal entry so y'all can feel something like, do I really want to do a journal entry and really, you know, dive deep? It's gonna feel uncomfortable, but it's better to feel uncomfortable and deal with your problems and face it and overcome it than to feel comfortable sitting on your ass being bitter, being mad, being sad, and just keep continuing this cycle of problems in your life, in your wife's life, husband's life, children's life, siblings' life, mother, you know, it's just, don't do that. It's better to be uncomfortable and go through your stuff and grow from that than to just sit on your ass and feel comfortable and at ease at being hurt and sitting in this victim mentality, which I will definitely talk about. You see this disgusted face? Because I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it, because I know some people right now that are in this state. I've been in this state. So yeah, journal entry right now. Examples of shadow work journal prompts or entries. Number 1, how do you think people see you and how would they describe you? Number 2, what's the worst emotion to experience for you personally? Why? Where does it come from? Number 3, when is the last time you felt let down? So how do you feel about that? You can use the prompts that I just used as an example in this video. You can use it right now to start writing down all this stuff so you can dive deep. Just dive. Yes, I just wanted to say to you guys, I'm super proud of you for whoever is watching me who wants to start this and starting right now. I'm super proud of you. You've got this. If you need any help, of course, you can contact me on my socials, on my Instagram and possibly my Twitter. I suggest you do Instagram, don't do my Twitter. I don't open my Twitter DMs like at all. I got too many creeps in there and I just decided not to even deal with Twitter DMs, so but contact me on, of course, on my Instagram. I'm always here. I'm gonna help. And my YouTube right here. I'm gonna help. And yeah, I'm super proud of you. Mwah. Love you guys. Love you. And yeah, now it's time for me to open up to y'all. and tell y'all my business. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Shit, I ain't scared no more. It is what it is. Everybody go for stuff. Let me see if I can find a journal prompt of mine. This was December 14, 2021. The question was, what is something your younger self would be surprised about you now? So I said, well, little Esther would be surprised at my growth because she was so cruel to the people she loved and appreciated. I think she'd be surprised at mostly the decisions I've made about my life, such as choosing to stop being a bully, decided to heal, even if the journey may take a while. I'm still willing to change and honestly live in my truth by creating my reality. But yeah, how little I take people's ish, because I don't play that. Little Esther to me doesn't necessarily mean 5-year-old Esther. Little Esther is the girl I've gotten rid of about maybe a year and a half ago. The constant baggage she always held in from, you know, little ugly little boys. I'm joking. No, I'm not. But from these little boys, the mother and father issues she has, the insecurities she's dealt and battled with. So she'd be extremely surprised on how I've chose myself and happiness over others. This new and improved Esther deserves this upgrade on her new life. Period. That was good. And yeah, like I said, like when you say little Esther, inner child, it's not always about 5-year-old me. It could be 5, it could be 6, it could be 7, like all those years. You see how I said it's not only just about my 5-year-old self, but it's also about the little Esther that I used to be last year. The same. And I said, I deserve real love, honesty, loyalty, and true friendship. I love you, the new and improved Esther. Period. I love you too, girl. December 24th, 2021. The question is, what's something that happened in your life that you will never want to go through again? See how deep in person that question is? Like, you be like, mind your business. I said, I don't ever want to go through more mental and emotional abuse by the people I'm supposed to love. The constant gaslighting, disrespect, my simple boundaries that they continue. Oh yeah, disrespecting my simple boundaries, the manipulation and narcissistic apologies that are given to me. I hate raising someone who should have raised me properly in the way I'm raising myself, if you understand what I'm saying. This life I'm currently living with, I'm sorry y'all, but this life I'm currently living with, these family and friends suck and running away forever. That's something I don't ever want to go through again. Okay, because running from your problems, I hate it. You know, it's a coward move. You're a coward. I'm gonna say it. You're a coward. If you like to run away from your problems, you don't want to deal with it. And I'm saying it to myself because sometimes I be sleeping. Like, if I don't want to deal with it, I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep. I don't want to deal with this. But now I don't even do all that sometimes. I'll be like, let me work on it. Let me pray. Praying works. And I'm gonna talk about prayer in this Talks for Essay. Yeah, prayer works. Still the same day, but what's a sudden realization that leaves you thinking for hours? I said for 18 years, dramatic year, I know. I've been afraid of being loved and falling in love because yes, the people you grow up with and look at, okay? And meeting a certain someone. This is in December, so. But meeting up with someone. This is gonna sound crazy, yes. But I finally realized how reserved I can get when it comes to my feelings. I just said that before. I don't really like talking about my feelings. I think it's corny. But it's the way you grow up sometimes. You know, it travels. But I know for a fact if my kids want to tell me anything, I'm there. I'm going to listen. I'm going to make them know it's okay. Come talk to me. It's okay. But for me, it's I saw and read so many relatable things on Twitter and TikTok feed, and they all told me how I truly deserve to be loved in a healthy way. It stuck with me, still is, because all I got was the toxic, angry, manipulative, narcissistic, abusive love all of my life. So to think or believe that someone besides Jesus will love me, for me, and not for some coaching, because y'all know. Y'all know. I like to use people. It's actually mind-blowing to me. It's so hard for me to truly believe it because of the people that I continually attract, sadly. And yeah, I just said that, you know, you deserve honest love because you are special, you have a kind soul, and you have done so much through your healing journey for your future self and kids, you know. Life and love is beautiful, and you will experience and live through the beautifulness. Bump everyone who has abused you mentally, emotionally, and physically. I think I'm gonna do one more. Like I said, I want y'all to feel as comfortable as possible because we all go through stuff. And sometimes the stuff that we go through, other people go through the same stuff. And you are inspiring others and letting them know that you are not alone. You may feel alone in the process, but you're not alone. You know what I mean? Because I've also been through it and I've overcame it. And you may wonder, how did you deal with it the proper way? Don't do it through, you know, the bad way. Don't do that. Oh, I have a good one. I actually showed it to my close friends. So y'all are my close friends. So why not tell y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all. Yeah. Okay, I got a perfect one. It just came to my mind. There it is. I found it. All right, this gonna get real dark. Well, not dark. It's not dark. To me, it's dark because it's like, ew, I'm actually expressing myself. But who cares? All right, y'all ready? Oh man. I'm putting y'all in my pit. Y'all not gonna judge me, right? It's a judge-free zone because I'm not judging y'all. Well, I am, but I'm not. Okay, let me just get into it. May 11th of this year, I said, let's do love prompts because the literal word, let me put this down because I don't want y'all knowing everything I say. But May 11th, 2022, let's do love prompts because the literal word and feeling scares the out of me. Like, actually it does. Because it's so scary. Commitment, it's scary. I'm not afraid now, but back then I was. Okay, so yeah, I was just like, especially when you're in love with a boy, it hurts. But I just said that the crap is actually freaking scary. The fact that once you are in fact in love, bro, literally everything in your whole life is about to change. 2 words I'm afraid of is love and change, because you are literally walking into the unknown, and it's a really scary thing. Like, wow. I feel better each time I'm writing and being honest to myself, by the way, so let's do this. And I feel like if I had not written this, y'all, that's what I'm saying, like, journaling is so great. Like, journal prompts is so, like, you feel better just a little bit, just a little bit. It's not like drastic change, but you feel better, like, letting it out and just putting it out there and like, oh, okay. Because sometimes you kind of like trap it in, you're just like, I'm afraid, I can't. And once you start to like kind of release it a little bit, it's like a little relief. It's like a gas bubble. It's a weird example, but you know, you ever had a gas bubble and it feels so uncomfortable? Like you try to change one position and another position. I could have said cramps, but I'm gonna say gas bubble because, you know, both ways. But it's like a gas bubble, you know what I mean? You can move this way and that way and it hurts so bad. But then when you start burping, it's like a little relief. It's like, oh, I feel good a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like gas bubble up your chest or down there or whatever. You let it out just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. You start to feel like a sense of relief. And you're like, okay. And now you're comfortable. You know what I mean? All right, let's get into it. It's kind of deep. But I did say that day 3 and day 4, they're gonna be the longest videos and all that, so I hope it's worth it. Knowing my business. But okay, to me, love feels like, I said food to the soul, but food to the soul, if you get what I mean. It's soothing, extremely safe, it's comfortable, it's stress-free, it's straight happiness, laughter, it's enjoyable, it's being honest about yourself and showing who you truly are with no mask. It feels free. That's what, to me, love feels like. It feels free and out in the open. I think love at first sight, I hate that. It's a joke. I said that. I think love at first sight is a literal joke, LOL, because how? Why? Did I just look at you and feel instant love and comfortability? I don't quite understand it, to be honest with you. Actually, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, it's the unknown. I'm afraid. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just literally met you just 1 second. I feel like drawn to you. It just don't add up. It's like weird, you know? I think logically. I don't really think by my heart all the time. Now I'm starting to just a little bit, but you know, logically it's like it doesn't make sense. So when I specifically love someone, I care deeply for them. Your hurt is my hurt. Your happiness is my happiness. I truly believe I completely, not anymore, because I worked on it, but back then, I lose myself. I lose myself when I'm in love with someone because I am such a profound people pleaser. We gonna talk about that, friend. But yeah, I am a profound people pleaser. I am quickly to bleed myself out in order to save the other person, which is why my main cause for why I had to shut myself completely down and to never do it again, because it truly drained me. But okay, let me continue answering this prompt question, LOL. But I am a hard ride or die chick. I am so overprotective over the ones I love, and I do not care. Like, it's crazy. The hardest thing I had to do for someone I love is to let go. It's super hard to let go, right? But that was the hardest thing I had to do. That very simple thing was the literal hardest, because when you love a person so much, despite their flaws and whatever, you just want them in your life because, well, you love them, you know? My idea of love is friendship. That's how I work on everything. I build friendships, okay? I'm a friendly, not friendly type of gal. You get it? My idea of love is friendship. Starting off as friends, being able to laugh things off, having inside jokes, a cute little handshake, and etc. is my idea of love. It's genuine and super cute. Finding a best friend and a lover, it literally feels like this little emoji. Yeah, I'm making y'all in my business, y'all. Y'all just probably looking at me like, whatever. When someone loves me, I feel sad. I do. Why? Because I don't know how I would truly feel if someone were to love me, because I honestly understand love by mostly actions, not only by hard feelings. Can't have one and not the other. Like, you can't just come out the blue and just say, hey, I like it. Okay, I like it too. What that gonna do for me, friend? Huh? You better show me. That's how it works sometimes. You gotta show me. Actions speak louder than words. But I would never know. So that's why I said I feel sad. But okay, yeah, that's it. That's good. Yeah, I'm good, friend. I'm done. Okay, I could say this one. If I could change something about being in love, it would be my sense of thought. Because I be dumb. And it's true. Not no more, but you know. But if I could change that, yeah, that. Which I'm changing. I'm there. I've changed. Still is. But yeah, it would be my sense of thought, because I be dumb when I'm in love. I gotta put me out of that, because you know. Yeah, I'll talk about that later, because I know better now. The hardest part about being in love is the fact that you could lose yourself, which, yes, that can be a very good thing in some aspects. You know, losing how you used to be. You know, when you meet a partner who basically changes you to become a better version of yourself, losing that part could be a good thing. But there are some negative aspects where you completely lose yourself and your sense of thought and, you know, who you are as an individual. You're sucked into your partner or your friend or your mom or whoever it is. You're so deeply sucked into that person, like a leech. You're just like morphed into it. It's like, it's not good, you know? So yeah, that's all I'm giving y'all. No more. I hope you guys love this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell to get notified every time I post. And don't forget to share my videos. And yeah, I really hope that day 3, which was very deep to me, I feel like it was very deep, and I really went into details just enough for y'all, and it kind of gave y'all like, okay, I'm going somewhere, you know, like I'm going somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I'm going somewhere. So yeah, I really hope that you love this series. Let me know, comment down below and tell me if you like it. If you don't, it don't matter, just comment down below. I really don't care. Like, I'm gonna read it, and yeah, you know. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye.